In today's video I'm going to be having a little look back at this patio pond I built towards the end of summer last year. I had a 300 litre water container and a bit of space next to the patio door, so I wanted to see if I could create a nice little water feature for fancy goldfish and not take up too much room. It's a small pond and doesn't require any digging, so it's quite easy for anyone to set up if you're looking for a water feature and to keep some goldfish. I have this larger pond of 1500 litres which has just fancy goldfish in there, and they're getting quite competitive with the feeding. So what I've done with this smaller pond is that's just going to be for the smaller goldfish in there which were struggling competing with these larger ones for the food. So what I've done is I've got the net out and caught the 5 smallest ones in here, and I've put them into the smaller pond, the patio pond. And I was in the shop the other day and I see a nice ranchu that I'm going to put in there as well. So I think there's going to be around 6, maybe 7 in there. And the idea is, the growth rates will be a bit better in this pond as they're not competing with the larger fish. They've all come over to have a little look at their new mate who's about to enter the pond. Fancy goldfish tend not to grow that large. I mean, you're talking a max of about 10 inches really, and you're doing well if you're getting them to 10 inches. The fish here are 2 to 3 inches long and they'll probably set you back around £20 from a local fish shop. These sort of fish are ideal for a smaller pond like this. If you do live in a colder climate like I do in the UK, you do have to bear in mind the temperature of the water should be kept 16 to 24 degrees. So it will need to be heated throughout winter. As well as the 300 litre containers, there's this 100 litre half whiskey barrel made from plastic, which is the filter. I've got a 700 litre an hour pump trickling water into the bottom of this filter. So it's replacing the water in the container sort of twice every hour, which is probably about right. I also have 2 air stones in there, either side of the pond, oxygenating the water and giving it a bit more movement. I originally had a thin layer of about 10 mil of aquarium sand on the bottom, but I've since sprinkled some pea gravel over there as well. I moved some of the potted plants I've got as well over to one side to give it some shade at the height of the sun during the day. And the luxury of having 2 other ponds is what I've done is stolen some of the larger rocks and some of the potted plants and some of the oxygenating plants and put them all into this pond. It's coming up towards the end of March now, and in the UK we've been having quite a nice weather spell really, so I thought I'd get some plants in here to take advantage of the sun and get them growing. Do you know, if you are interested in getting into the hobby of fish keeping, you can start small like this before you jump into the deep end and give it a go and see if you like it. It doesn't take too large an area up, and everything here is in a container, so you can always move it to another part of the garden if you want to. I do have a video on how I put this together, so if you are interested in building something like this, check out that video. Fancy goldfish are a joy to keep. I mean, they come in all different colours, shapes and sizes, and they are very friendly fish, so I can't recommend them more really. I keep koi and regular goldfish, and I do enjoy keeping these guys. They are funny to watch. I'll take you over to the other 1500 litre fancy goldfish pond I've got here, because that's starting to spring into life now. You can see the hawthorn there is looking lovely. I mean, that started popping up about 5 weeks ago now, but the pond is heated, so everything kick-starts a little bit early. The first few lilies have just touched the surface in the last few days. Got some Canadian pondweed you might be able to see under the surface there that's starting to grow as well. And this plant is water forget-me-not, which has gorgeous blue flowers in the height of summer. That's starting to show life now. And these 2 at the back here are orange peel plants. They grow quite large, so in the summer they block out that filter and any of the unsightly pipework you can see. It's always lovely this time of year watching everything spring into life. I'm going to take you back to the patio pond again now and show you some of the fancy goldfish that are in there, have a little closer look at them. Like I said before, I'm putting these fish in here because there was quite competitive feeding, and with them being quite small, 2 to 3 inches, it's a little experiment really, and the water's going to be heated throughout the summer, and I want to try and keep it around the sort of 24 degrees, and just get the best growth rates out of these fish as I can, and I'm going to document it. So I'm just going to show you the fish here so you get an idea of the size, and then as I progress through the year, I do a few videos just seeing how they're going and how the feeding's going and if I'm getting decent growth rates on them. I do handle these fish quite a lot, and I have had some comments in the past about handling them. I come from a bit of a fishing background and tend to sort of hold fish quite a lot, obviously, when you catch them. And I haven't come across any detrimental effects when holding these fish. It doesn't. Some people say it stresses them out a little. They're still as friendly the day I got them. It doesn't matter how much I handle them, and they're doing very well. As you can see, they come in all different colours and sizes. I mean, some of them are the shapes of footballs. You've got this little ranchu here. They are lovely, and again, they're very friendly. And I've got a little girl. She's 3 years old, and she loves all the fish, but she particularly likes these ones. The way they waddle around in the water. I mean, look at this one here. He's probably got more height on him than he has length. I'm going to be feeding them 3 to 4 times a day, keeping a close eye on the water quality. It's a 300 litre container and the filter there is sort of 80 to 100 litres, so it is a very large filter for the size of container, so it should be able to handle the feed. I will also be giving them broccoli regularly because it's important as part of their diet because they can have swim bladder issues. A large part of their diet is also, the sort of bits of blanket weed and string algae that develop around the pond as well. They're always grazing on that. I hope you enjoyed the video and you've learnt something from it. Any questions, just ask in the comment section.